Hi, my name is Amy. Thank you very much for watching, and let's make some bad financial decisions together. This is for entertainment purposes only, and only bad financial advice is to be found here. So, today I kind of want to talk about the modified dividend capture strategy. Um, so, what the traditional dividend recapture strategy is, as far as it's been explained to me and I understand, is let's take MSTY for example. If you bought on declaration date at the open, it was $25.40. Then you knew that it was a $1.94 distribution, and I should have done the math on that to see what. Oh no. Okay, let's just do the math on it real quick. Let's see, it was $25.40. You're not gonna 25.4 minus 1.94. So your break even is 23.46. So if you sold at like 23.50, then you have a 4%. And so basically, you could say 23.46. The high, so you would buy in on declaration date, you would get your dividend, and then you would try to sell at the high here. And so you have broken even because of the dividend. But I think that is very silly because I bought it at $25.40. I got the $1.94 dividend. Why am I getting such a high dividend only to make a few cents of profit? So when I was looking at this before I even bought into it in the first place, I was like, okay, so on declaration date, it was between $25.40 and $23.84. I never assume that I'm going to get the lowest price of the day, but this is a really big range. So let's say like I was able to get it at $24. I get my dividend. When is the earliest date I could have sold it for? And so if you bought it at 24 and you sell it at 24, you only had to wait 4 days. So I would say that MSTY recovered, even though obviously it is having a little bit of a rough month. But let's see, if you bought it at $24.37, would you have been able, at $25.40, you would have been able on August 26th to be able to sell it. And then you would be gambling, can I buy it at a price lower than $25.41? The answer is yes. But the problem with Bitcoin in particular is that it really is volatile. So you could have sold it for a profit here, but then it could have been $26, $27 because it just skyrocketed in the middle of nowhere. And then why would you sell something at $25.40 and buy it back at $26? So unless you're on margin and you want to save a few cents, doing that doesn't really make a ton of sense. The reason why I was trying to do it before was, take QQQI, for example. It was having, in the past months, it was having a really good track record. Like if I bought it at $51.03, I could sell it for, $51.04. And then I could buy it back at $51.62. And then I could, $52.13. And a few days later, I could sell it for a profit. And the reason why I was doing that is because MSTY at that time was paying over 100% of profit. And QQQI has their declaration date later in the month. So if I could earn an extra 62%, 62-cent dividend per share on the MSTY dividend, sell it for a profit pretty quick, and then reinvest it back into MSTY and earn 100%, then that was the theory. However, in July, it was $52.05, and then we never recovered. But it's exactly like this, where it's 52.05 minus .60, I think. 262. So my break even would be 51.43 for the modified dividend recapture. So I bought it at 52.05, and then we're looking, is there a date? Yeah, so it would have been after the declaration date for MSTY, so I would have missed this. MSTY missed it. But I would have been able to get a profit eventually. And so that is the risk with the modified recapture strategy is, okay, you got your money back. You broke even technically, but what are you using the money for? And why wouldn't you just keep it in this fund? So that's why I keep saying that the modified recapture strategy just didn't it didn't survive the real world, because I think for me, and I also did the modeling for this, where just use the dividends from these, set up your dividend wheel, and just pass the dividends forward. And the reason why I didn't want to do that with MSTY and Nvidia is because, they had 100% dividend distributions, and I don't want to, have $800 of distribution, put it into QDTE, and then when it's that week's turn for QDTE, I put $5 back into MSTY. That doesn't make any sense. I made $800. I want to put $800 back in, or $600, however much I've decided that I'm going to reinvest. Like, it's not fair to MSTY. And also 100% dividends, like you gotta make while the making's good, because the volatility has gone down, and we're not looking at what was it this time, $1.94. I just watched return on dividend, or retire on dividends, and we're looking more like $1.50, like just less. And that's what happens with highly volatile single stock ETFs. You're going to have good months and you're going to have bad months. But overall, I think, it feels a lot stupid to complain about a 75% yield on something, because that's still amazing. If you had never heard of MSTY before and I said, yeah, well, this month it had a 60% dividend distribution yield and I'm disappointed, you'd be like, 60%? That'll make you a trillionaire in 15 years. That's amazing. Also, are you sure it's not a dividend trap? Like, there's no way this is legitimate and it can go on forever. So that should be your initial reaction to yield max. But then look further into the education and know that it is a covered call strategy that you can implement yourself. It's just that, like, I can afford 100 contracts and I can do a covered call 1 contract, because that's 25% of the shares I own on MSTY. But if I lose, like if I have a covered call and it's at $24 and I sell it, I got, I don't even know. It's like for MSTY, it's like 60 cents per share, but, and I get I get assigned right before the distribution. I missed out on a $2 dividend, first of all. And second of all, it could have shot up to $26. So then I'm losing $2 of profit and $2 of dividend instead of just using yield max. And, well, okay. That wouldn't, hold on. I think, I think also MSTR. No, not mystery. Pay. I didn't know. Anyway, is $132.42. That means you have to have $13,000 in MicroStrategy to be able to do a covered call. That is more than half of my portfolio value. And I would still only have 100 shares of MicroStrategy. And so I would probably be doing further out of the money covered calls, which means that it's less profitable for me as a single person. And then just like I sell it, but then MicroStrategy goes up 40%, and I haven't participated in any of the upside. So it's, at least with Misty, I have spent about $20, less than $25. And I'm getting a $2 distribution between, 75 cents and $2. And I didn't need to have $13,000 to participate in this game. So that last point was a little off topic, but what I'm saying is the dividend wheel strategy is less stressful because all you're doing is paying forward the dividends, and you're growing all of your positions, and it's basically like a fancy dollar cost averaging strategy. And so invest in the ones that you want to grow and watch it using that dividend wheel strategy. It actually does help your portfolio grow just a little bit faster because your dividends are earning dividends multiple times a month, and compounding is amazing. So anyway, thank you for sticking with me, and like and subscribe. Do you like doing the modified recapture strategy, or are you more of a dividend wheel kind of person? Anyway, I will talk to you later. Bye.